We have a fantastic guest with us. Puneet Chhatwal is perhaps the foremost hotelier in the country. He's the MD and CEO of IHCL, which among other chains also runs the Taj chain of hotels. Thank you very much, Mr. Chhatwal, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I think this is a question which you would be asked all the time. How will you ensure physical distancing or social distancing in hotels? How will a hotel experience be very different here onwards?
I think we have been working very closely with the Tourism Ministry, and which has been working further with the Health Ministry. And really, you can categorize these things into 4 different standards. And this is standards of social distancing, standards of personal protection for the guests and the associates working in the properties, standards of sanitization, and standards for food safety and service. So I think these are the 4 broad categories. We have come up with our own solution, which we have launched a few days ago, and have communicated that with all our guests, with all our associates. And that is really taking what we defined as Tajness, which has been really the soul of the company, the DNA of the company, and we have relaunched it as a commitment re-strengthened. So the Tajness is a commitment re-strengthened, addresses all these 4 standards in a very detailed way. And I think going forward, certain operational changes, certain structural changes, changes to the lobbies, changes to the way we'll be seated in the restaurants, maybe more outdoor dining would be preferred. So there'll be a lot of new things that will evolve with time. And I think that is what maybe everybody starts calling the new normal.
Mr. Chhatwal, are you disappointed about what the Maharashtra government has decided? You have a huge presence in Mumbai, for example. No hotels will be open there at the moment, no restaurants either. Were you expecting, the hotels and an announcement to the effect that hotels could be open now or very soon?
Firstly, I must say that on behalf of the Hotel Association of India, as well as Indian hotels, we welcome the decision of the government to start opening up as of 8. The challenge we have in us also, you have had 2 speakers before me who I have been listening to, having a very different strategy for each of their states. So I think
that's true.
Maharashtra is one example you have given.
And that's a challenge for you, isn't it, Mr. Chhatwal? That, the point you make is important, that different states have different norms, different rules. So how do you operate on a pan-India basis? Isn't that a problem?
But that has been the case of our country, since several decades or centuries. And that's what we somehow still have, the unity in diversity. So I think these are the comments that are coming now. Within a month, there will be some form of unified standards that will be practiced in all the states, and some will deviate. But eventually, we have to look back and say, where were we 3 months ago? 3 months ago, we shut down international travel on the 11th of March, followed by a Janta curfew, followed by a lockdown. And, there is at least some ray of hope that as of 8th or 10th of June, we start. Yes. And we start carefully. And we as hospitality industry people, we are absolutely supportive of helping control this pandemic and not, immediately trying to rush and open up things. So that's one part of the answer. The second is, it's not fully accurate that all our hotels are shut. Actually, almost all our hotels are open in Mumbai. The only difference is they are hosting the medical staff, they're hosting the doctors who are putting in 16 hours of work, and that they don't have to travel long distances to go back home and come. We are supporting all the, the repatriation flights of all the people who need to be quarantined. So there is some activity, and definitely Mumbai has been very active. And I must say it has worked very well with the BMC and with the Maharashtra government, our working in the last few months.
No, I think that's fantastic what your entire group is doing. I mean, hats off to the men and women who work for your various chains, looking after a public health emergency in this situation. One final question to you. In terms of your core business, dealing with business visitors or with tourists, not just in Mumbai, but across the country, when do you seriously expect demand to build up? Because how else would a chain as large as yours sustain itself in the long run without demand substantially going up?
Well, I think the demand will come back. People's memories are very short. Some of us have been through the aftermath of 9/11 in the western part of the world when the flights were empty. We have also been through the financial crisis. We've been through several kinds of crises. Of course, none had the magnitude like this one. Having said that, I think we need to divide that phase into, let's say, during COVID and post-COVID, and then there'll be a life which, let's say, is post-vaccine. And I think post-vaccine, everything will start becoming normal very quickly. And I do believe that there is a lot of demand which will be driven primarily by domestic activity in all the countries of the globe. It's not just India alone. It'll be the same in UK, same in German-speaking, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and also in the US, because travel is a fundamental need of a human being. Interacting with people, going to places, having a nice time, being, just walking on the beach is important, and doing business also in person is important. I don't think that forever we are only going to speak through digital medium on a Zoom call, right?
No,
so I think some of this will come back.
I certainly hope not. It's great to hear you, Mr. Chhatwal, as always, and to hear your optimism. I really do hope that things open up and work out for all of us in this country. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.